Hey everybody, it's Alexis with Create Your Future. I am back with a new video. Happy Monday. Thank you for being here. And today I want to talk about what to do when something in your 3D reality triggers you, if it's always triggered you, and just some affirmations, general concepts about how to affirm properly for what you want, how to think from the end, because I've been getting so many questions about that. And then also things not to do, okay? Because I've just had some things come across in client sessions that I'm like, yeah, we need to kind of clear up how to properly talk to yourself, what to say, what not to say, because your subconscious mind does have a way that it can easily be done. So isn't that a nice hack to kind of come back to, right? And then let's just talk about like how your thoughts create what's going on here and that transmission is real, okay? And today I want to pull from a success story of a client of mine who had a lot of anxiety, a lot of frustration, a lot of worry going on. And then she was able to create stability and security from within herself. And everything changed with her SP, who is an ex, and they had broken up. And then all this began to change and transform. And she just had a bunch of key things that she said recently in a session. So I'm using her success story. Okay. Before I get started, links for booking everything with me are in the box below. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. You guys comment in my videos. I have been loving all the comments and all the involvement, even if you're a client or like if you are someone who's watched a lot of my videos and you've gotten a lot of knowledge or you've manifested things and I've never actually met you, can you say hi to me? Because I would love it. Okay. It is just, you know, I mean, it might look like I'm over here like with the worldwide audience because I am, but like I'm really here at my computer. And then with Logan and my husband, Andrew, and our families and friends and stuff, like I want to feel more connected to our audience and to everybody. So I've been doing a lot more shorts and being more involved and really helpful, but really cheering you guys on for whatever you're creating, whatever you're manifesting. So if you want to say hi to me, I would love to say hi back. Okay. So, yeah, you guys, let's talk about the mind and how to properly and effectively affirm for your own mind. Okay. So the way that your mind works is this. It is geared towards sameness and what feels safe, secure, familiar. It is geared to create more of that, to think more of that, even if it's what you don't want. What it is not geared to do is think of the unknown, think thoughts that haven't yet happened, to think of things that feel unfamiliar. So like with a specific person, if you're thinking and you're changing your mental diet to, I am totally unaccepted, I'm totally and completely accepted and loved for who I am loved and adored and wanted and cherished and chosen. And then your mind goes back to, no, you're not. Nope, nothing's ever worked. This won't work with them too. You're a lost cause. You know, I've heard it all. If it goes back to that, know that that is normal. Number one, your mind goes to what feels familiar and away from what feels unfamiliar. So that's why even if you want to quit smoking, right? And you're a cigarette smoker, you will keep on smoking until you change the thoughts and have enough thoughts and enough persistence, enough behavioral change. And we get the subconscious to be tricked that we're no longer smoking. Smoking turns us off. Okay. So that's a simple analogy, right? But for some people that can be a years long journey until they figure it out, right? Back in the day, I was trained for smoking cessation with hypnosis, but I don't do that anymore. I just do, you know, love and relationships, self-concept healing work, right? But that's where hypnosis is so good for these things, because remember, you're changing your subconscious about being loved, about being adored, about being chosen. Now, the client that I'm speaking about today and the success story, she had a lot of anxiety and a lot of worry that we tailored and tapered down in hypnosis together, and that really helped her. She didn't even do a lot of hypnosis sessions. It was like 2, and then she did a bunch of coaching. Okay. But it really helped her figure out what was going on and get to a peaceful place of stability within herself, which most of us, you know, you guys have not consistently felt. Most people are running around with a lot of anxiety, a lot of fear, a lot of worry, a lot of over functioning of their mind. And then they come to manifesting and they're doing more of that with a specific person thing. I'm trying to keep my hair curly. Anyways, okay, sorry. So, yeah, like know that about your mind, okay? Like know that it's normal for it to go to the old story, new story, old story, new story. Now, the more that you focus on the new story, it becomes safe, it becomes normal, it feels secure, and then the other story dissolves. But you don't want to fight this whole thing. You don't want to get mad at it. You don't want to have to, you know, Get rid of a third party, dissolve a third party, trash a third party, delete a third party. That's this. Your mind will go against this because it thinks, uh-oh, fight or flight, not safe, I'm not okay. Uh-oh, fight or flight, I'm not okay. Let's run from all of this conscious manifesting stuff. Okay, so don't do that, because this video is about don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. Okay, I'm just going to read this success story so I get that out of the way, because I have a lot of points to cover. All right. Dear Alexis, thank you so much for all of your help over the past weeks and the past months. I can't tell you how much I realized that what you had said to me the first time, which is that my anxiety, my worry, my fear, my overfunctioning is blocking all of my manifesting. I realize now that months and months and months ago, when I found your channel and I found the other things on YouTube about manifesting, that my anxiety, my worry, and my fear was always blocking everything because I was in a place of not having it, being in a place of worry, and being in a place of fear. Honestly, I'm writing in a success story because I want so many people to know that hypnosis really helped me move through anxiety, worry, and fear. And that if you're someone that's been suffering from that, you got to really address that with your manifesting, or it will always be blocking what you're creating. Thank you so much for all of your help. I am so happy to say that now my SP, who was an ex, we are now back together. We are now in a committed relationship. It's like everything that happened before has been resolved. It's almost like it's been deleted, but it's still kind of there. It's kind of in between. And now I really know how to affirm and how to think properly for my manifestation and for my own unique mind. Thank you so much for all of your patience. Thank you for listening to me. You are an expert, XO. Oh, so cute. How nice. It's so nice to hear you guys. That's why I wanted to hear the comments in the video. Like, if my videos have helped you, please let me know. Even if I haven't met you, like, it's such an honor. Okay. So what you want to know about your mind is that you do not want to be fighting yourself with your affirming. You don't want to be fighting yourself with your manifesting. You want to come more to a place of ease and comfort, stability and security with your thoughts, because there is nothing to fear. There is nothing to feel totally worried about. There is nothing to be overly anxious about. It's your reality. It's your experience. And the more that you realize and come from the place of creating and the place of coming at causing your reality, causing it to happen, taking ownership for things happening, then you will less be in the victim mode, less be victimized by people and things outside of you. But you guys, you know, like I've said, all of this takes practice. It takes diligence. It takes persistence. None of us that talk about this anywhere develop the ability to do this overnight. It was like so much practice, right? And back when I first started doing this, we didn't have YouTube as proliferated as it is now. There wasn't so much help out there. So we really had to kind of hack it on our own, which is why we have Create Your Future to get you there quicker, because we figured out the thought transmission and hacking the thought thing. Okay. So in any event, the other thing I want to address too, that she had said to me, she said, yeah, so I'm also affirming that only my positive intentions create. Yeah. Your mind, you guys, with these things people are saying, your subconscious doesn't know positive to negative. Like, go back to the smoking analogy. It doesn't know that you do it or don't do it. It just knows that you do it. So your mind has no idea what's positive, what's negative. It just takes the thought. It doesn't matter if you like the thought or dislike the thought. It takes the thought as truth. So that's why your reality is a direct replication of what you're thinking. Okay. So to save yourself the trouble, I recommend from my perspective and training understanding, we do not want to be thinking only my positive thoughts manifest, only what I want what I'm wanting manifest, things like that, or my subconscious is rigged in my favor. That was one that I heard recently that I thought, you know, I've heard it from a couple of people, so it's got to be out there somewhere, that your inner mind does not compute anything like that. Your inner mind computes deeper programming, deeper belief systems. You can't just rig your whole subconscious in your favor. You can't just say only my positive thoughts manifest. I get it where people are coming from with that, but for like a deeper psychological reason of the subconscious, it doesn't get it. It does not land. It's not going to change anything. You're wasting time by thinking thoughts like that. You instead want to be thinking about what you want, thinking from the desire. From the desire, you would not be thinking, no, my subconscious is all this. You would just be having it, right? So I would just say, if you're doing a bunch of affirmations like that, we only have so much time in the day. You do not need to do any of that. We want to get you more in the place of empowerment, into being the creator, into being the cause of your reality. And then, you know, experimenting from there. If you like having a bunch of affirmations and you have those, I'm not totally against it if you like it, but just know that your mind doesn't really work that way. The way that our thoughts create is you have conscious thoughts that go to the back of your mind and out into your reality and into your subconscious mind, right? So the unts like can't, don't, won't, shouldn't, couldn't. The mind also doesn't know unts. It knows binary on or off. It knows I am happy, I am sad, or I am feeling better and better. I am feeling worse and worse. So to go back to also, how do you affirm? How do you do your mental diet? You want to pick one of those styles. You want to be mimicking your thoughts with how you naturally think. And this takes some practice. Actually, as I'm saying this, it's in my course, How to Become a Master Manifester. I take you through if you're visual, auditory, or kinesthetic, like if it's your learning style, and then are you inferential or are you direct? Meaning, do you think in direct statements? If you're a direct thinker, you would think a thought like, I am happy, I am loved, I am adored. It would really resonate, right? If you think inferentially, it's more like all around the mulberry bush, like, oh yeah, I'm learning how to be happier and happier. I'm allowing myself to be totally and truly loved. More like an allegory or a paragraph. I, Alexis, speak directly and think inferentially. We're usually the opposite of how we present to be. The funny thing is, a lot of people that speak directly aren't direct speakers. They speak all around the mulberry bush and all analogies, and they tell you X, Y, and Z to get to A, okay? So also, if you want me to analyze, are you one or the other, then book a session. I can tell you, I can usually pick up on it right away. And it's kind of fun to experiment with, because if you're someone who's been doing affirming and changing your thoughts and working with the mental diet, but you just don't resonate with how you're affirming, then that could be the reason. We usually have to make it more flowery or take out words so it feels and sounds more direct. There is not one way that everybody thinks. There is just the impressing of the subconscious mind via your conscious mind. But you guys, like, this is a big breath of fresh air, right? Because that means you can tailor and tweak your thinking to adhere to how you already think, and it creates in your reality on your behalf. And you can also learn, am I visual? Do I need to see my thoughts? Am I auditory? Do I need to hear inner conversations? Or am I kinesthetic? Do I need to be in the feeling of it, right? We all have a predominance of one. And I was telling a client this week, hi, if you know who you are, that I really believe that people that can do the inner conversations for all their manifesting are very auditory. They're very hearing in nature. Okay. So, Neville Goddard, and where a lot of this comes from, he talked about inner conversations. He talked about thoughts that you're thinking. He talked about thought transmission. There is not one way to do this. And again, like, that's a breath of fresh air, because we're all unique snowflakes. We all have unique ways of talking to ourselves, creating our realities from within. You just want to get really clear and really good at, how do I do this? How do I create things? I'm going to duplicate that. Okay. But and you also don't need to do a bunch of robotic affirming, like a bunch of affirmations. We just got to get to the root of the issue and think differently. So we also want to, like this client said, get out of anxiety, worry, fear. Those are always stopgaps, because it puts you into a victim mode. It just puts you into the effect of your emotions, the effect of your mind. You're not in a place of control. You're not at a place of being the cause or the creator of your reality. And that's, again, also the point of this whole thing, right? Is learning I'm responsible for me, I'm in control of me, and then creating the beautiful life that I desire. Okay, so that's what I want to touch upon. Yeah, if you're thinking these affirmations like that sound like a hack, my subconscious is rigged in my favor. I get where that one is coming from, because it's like saying everything works out for me. And maybe in the reality where everything works out, you might say that one. But what we don't want to be affirming is like, my subconscious can't take in negatives, or my subconscious only creates positive thoughts. Like, that's not how the mind works. That's like a hack that isn't even a hack, that isn't even true. So don't use don'ts, right? And let's not use shouldn'ts or wouldn'ts or couldn'ts, because the confuses the mind, right? We just want to be putting in all of the positives, meaning that we're putting in suggestions through your thoughts to your subconscious, self-influencing to be in the reality that you want, where it's all happening and you have it. All right, you guys. So I have said a lot in this video about your mind and about just the science of it, how your thoughts create, how your thoughts transmit. And to bring it back to this client specific person, relationships, because that's what I'm always talking about. The thought transmission is always so key, right? Because the people in your reality, they exist within you. So you're sending thoughts to them, expectations, you're creating scenarios with them all of the time. You're always creating something, thinking something, and you can have instantaneous feedback the moment you do this. And really, really get it, right? But it just takes some engineering, overworking, re-engineering things, and really, really, really quieting down the anxiety, quieting down the worry and the fear, because those also don't feel very good, right? Like, we want to bring in a whole new state of being. Okay, so I intend that you found this video helpful and that it cleared some things up and it gets us all on the right track, okay? I will see you in my next video. Go out, make this week so awesome. Treat yourself, think of yourself highly. We're getting towards the end of the month here in October in America, and we're close to Halloween and just moving through that whole experience. So if you're doing that, then just start creating now, start future planning now for Halloween and the event at the end of the month, that you're enjoying it with your SP, that you're having such a good time, you're out loving life, you're in the best costume, or use those intentions for planning of another event, right? You're always planning the future now. You're creating the future now. We're sending thoughts out to events now. We're creating what's happening with them over there now. Now. All right, you guys got this, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.